The focus of the essay is the idea of the text. Barthes doesn't define text, but gives seven distinctions between work and text. These seven propositions are method, genre, sign, plural, filiation, reading, and pleasure. Basically, he's trying to make difference between work and text. And these are the seven categories of those differences. Now, we all know that a work is a physical object. It can be seen, felt, and also destroyed as it can be created. That means any book, magazine, newspaper, journal, film, etc. can be called a work. A work has a physical space. If you go to a library and find a rack of books full of short stories, every book is a work. Even more than one copy of same book are works. It has a set of printed pages with distinct font style, font faces, font sizes. Barth says that text is different than work. Text is not a physical thing, but it is a methodological field. It reveals itself according or against certain rules. Now, when we talk about text, it is an abstract thing. It is not physical. It is metaphysical. It is not something that we can hold in our hand, but it is a discourse that resides within language. This discourse has no limit. It can travel across many works. A work has a physical limit, but this text does not have any kind of limits. A simple example will clear this distinction. A particular edition of Shakespeare's Hamlet should be called a work. But theme of revenge in Hamlet is a text. Even Shakespeare himself is a text. Second distinction is of genre. A work is always set within a hierarchy or a classification. We always recognize works within an attribution of a genre. Like Hamlet is a revenge tragedy, Da Vinci Code is methodological thriller, Animal Farm is a satire, and so on. But text is not confined within limits of a genre. It actually subverts the old classifications. We had considered the theme of revenge as a text. Now we can see that Hamlet's theme of revenge is very different from theme of revenge in a Tolstoy story, but they are theme of revenge nonetheless. So text is always paradoxical. It has contradictory meanings. In Shakespeare, it is a full-fledged revenge. In Tolstoy, it is forgiving enemy. They are different things, but still they are part of a single text. Work tends to have a clause. It always closes itself on signified. We know what a signified and signifier are. They are part of a sign. A signifier is the word which uses we to identify an object which is signified. If we consider Macbeth as a work, then the dagger which Macbeth holds is just a prop on the stage. But if we consider it as a tax, then it plays an infinite game of signifiers, like dagger becomes sign of danger, danger is a situation, so it is a theme, so it creates some space for some exposition, and so on. We are always delayed and never we reach to the final signified, and that is not object of any text to find a closure on this play. This allows a reader to make distinctions, overlapping, variations, and it also means that work leads to a definite signified, but text leads to a play of signified becoming signifier and continues the flow. So this is one of the reason why text is not confined to a single volume or single work. Barthes says text is plural, that means a work is singular. Now, this does not mean work has only one meaning and text has multiples. Plurality here refers to various signifiers that weaves into it. The signifiers are intertextual. For example, comparing death with a setting sun is used in multiple media. Even symbolism of white and black as good and evil is used in various texts. That means the signifiers are not confined to a text but travel across many of them. Another distinction is process of filiation. Now, work is seen in the context of its physical reality, its position in a canon, and affiliation to author. But text is seen without context. Barth says that text is like a network. It can be edited, contributed by several guests, and no one has final authorship or final right to control it. That means text is like an open coded software where everyone can contribute and edit it. Another distinction is reading as an activity. Works are read for consumption. For example, we consider Harry Potter as a work. We read it for feelings that reading invokes, that feeling of wonder and amusement. So, reading is an activity which poses itself as a mode of consumption. However, we cannot distinguish reading of a work and a text like that. Reading text is not a passive activity like that, it is more of a playing with it. Playing means a text allows contribution from readers. They can open it, play it, make it go. That means if we read Harry Potter as a text, we can input our ideas, question it elements like motivation of some characters or some plot gap that we may find, that kind of thing. So the criticism on any work automatically makes it a text. So for criticism, we need to have text. So everything you criticize, a poem, a story, a novel, an essay, becomes a text. Now this takes us to final distinction between work and text. Works gives us pleasure, but it is pleasure of consumption only. We like it. On the other hand, text gives us pleasure without a separation from it. Like when we are reading some book which we like so much, we have a thought that we cannot write like this particular author. That gives us a feeling of separation from that work. We enjoy it, but we are separated from it. Like when we are watching some great movie, some great actor comes and does a scene, we think we cannot do this with this capacity. That is the separation. But text, they does not invoke this kind of separation. They emerges from within us. A text always interacts with reader as it transcends limits of written form. When we are reading something and it makes us think or question it, it is always a text. Now, it is possible that a work can be a text. That means our reading of it makes it either a work or a text. Any play, any story can be a work, but when we go beyond its physical limits and try to interact with it while connecting it with other works, and we can see various texts passing through it, it automatically becomes a text. So, this were the distinction between work and text. Work is an age old idea and now it is dying. For liberal criticism and productive criticism, the idea of text is very, very important. Thank you.